This changes everything. It's been nearly 1 year since FIBA changed its agent regulations and rules. Well, today I want to show you how you yourself can benefit from it and how this is really could be a game changer for you and your career. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so these new FIBA agent rulings came into effect on January 1st, 2022. Now there was multiple changes, but bar none, the biggest change and the most important one is going to be that now a player can be represented by more than one agent. Previously, it was just you, agent, and one representation. One player, one agent, one representation. And anything else was a punishable offense by FIBA. But now you as the player are able to work with multiple agents in multiple regions. So for instance, if I am right here in Canada, I could have an agent working for me in Europe, Latin America, Asia, Africa, wherever it is. Now it is no longer a punishable offense and I can have multiple agents in multiple marketplaces working for me. And in theory, you would think that this would give you more opportunities to sign a deal, to get a contract. Now the flip side of this is you have to think about it from an agent's perspective. If I'm an agent and I know that you are working with multiple agents, then chances are that I'm actually not going to work as hard for you as you may be thinking. Say I'm working on a deal to get a player in Japan, and then all of a sudden my player tells me that, hey, by the way, I've been working with this other agent and I'm going to somewhere in Europe right now, so peace out. Now that agent basically just got screwed out of that whole deal, out of all those months, days, weeks of hard work that he's been putting together, and he's not going to get paid for it in the end. Me personally, I only have one agent because I'm trying to think of it from the agent's perspective, just logically thinking, would they work as hard for me knowing that I'm with multiple agencies and that I could leave them in the end and all their hard work could go to waste? Another monumental change to the FIBA player-agent relationship is that now players are responsible, and not teams, but players are responsible for paying the agents their FIBA service fee. But the amount that the agent can get paid remains the same. So it caps out at 10% of the total value of the contract. So say for instance, the total value of my contract is $10,000. It cannot go above $1,000 in that instance because that's 10% of that amount of the contract. So whatever your contract is, that's going to be the maximum amount. Now, when it comes to you and the agent, you two can still negotiate how much that agent fee is going to fall at. So if you really believe in your agent, if he gets a lot of great deals for you, you could give him the 10%. And obviously that would increase the rapport between you and the agent, because he would think that, hey, if I work for this guy, he's giving me the maximum amount. I'm going to work harder for him because I know that I'm going to get paid more. And that would increase the relationship between you and your agent in that way. But the flip side of this is that players now, you're going to have to be more responsible than ever financially with your money. A lot of players, they really struggle with their finances. They really struggle with being financially responsible in that they're just kind of blowing their money when it comes. So now, say you have your money and you already spend it before you can pay your agent his 10% fee. That's going to deteriorate. That's going to worsen your relationship with your agent. Kind of going hand in hand with this is that you're able to terminate your contract. Player or agent is able to terminate the contract within 30 days. So it's much faster now. Before it was a longer wait period. Now it's just 30 days and the contract is terminated. So this is huge because before agents and the teams, they were solely responsible for dealing with this. But now the player is stepping into that responsibility. So you have to be responsible financially. You have to stash away a bit of money for your agent and you have to budget accordingly. Now, I would say the third biggest change to FIBA player representation relationships would be that now a FIBA licensed agent cannot work for a club if he or she already represents a player or coach on that club. This is a very interesting ruling because in theory, I understand why FIBA would want to do this. Essentially, what I think they're trying to do is they're trying to get rid of monopolies in the market, meaning that in certain regions, some agents just completely dominate the market and really no other agent, no other agency can get in. Now, this has happened in Nicaragua. If you guys have paid attention, essentially that entire market is dominated by Puerto Ricans, and they have a specific agent which comes in and he just feeds players to all the different clubs there. And it's really rare that you get an import that's not Puerto Rican anymore because now they're just dominating that market. And you can see very quickly how this could devolve and make it really hard on the marketplace for players to get in anywhere because there would just be monopolies in every market throughout the world. This is something that you just have to keep in mind. There could be some sort of conflict of interest when you're moving through different parts of the world. But this is just something to keep in mind when you're playing overseas. Now, agents are more available than ever these days, but so are opportunities to players. So I really think that if you are completely dependent on an agent nowadays, you're doing it wrong, because with social media, with being able to market yourself, players have more opportunities than ever. Don't get me wrong, agents are an amazing avenue, but not everyone is going to be lucky enough or have access to an agent. So an agent can be very helpful, don't get me wrong, but it really depends on your situation. And we haven't even gotten into what makes a good agent, what agent matches with you, what to be looking for in an agent. So if you're interested in all those things, then I would really recommend that you guys subscribe. Comment below if you have any questions. And if you're interested in learning more about getting overseas and how to succeed in representing yourself, and click this video right here. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much for tuning in, okay? God bless, take care. Peace.